You see, the idea is that for whatever wrong reasons, if colleague teachers have joined this workshop, then I think it is our combined responsibility to ensure that they also benefit to the extent that is possible. But
Yes.
this is the best we can do, nothing more than that. I think we'll close this discussion here. But thank you very much for pointing this out.
Yes, sir. That will be great because we are supposed to pass the course.
Oh, yeah, you know, one of the things that I tell people, the very senior IS officer I met after 30 years ago, he was our student here 25 years ago. He is in Madhya Pradesh cadre, and he reminded me of an incident which I had forgotten. He had some fracture or something and he missed several lectures. And I went to his hostel to just say hello to him. And he said, I am scared that I might fail in the course because I have never failed any time in my life. And I laughed and told him that in IIT system, it is extremely difficult to fail. You may not get an A grade or AB grade or something, but it is extremely difficult to fail because the assessment will be designed keeping in mind what you are expected to learn and whether you have learned it or not. Now that the situation has been so well clarified by you and many others, we understand that a segment of the teacher participants in this course are not do not have the right kind of background. No problem. Please leave it to us. We will design an appropriate alternate assignments for them. Don't worry about that. All right. Dr. Mridula, Supratik, would you like to take some questions?
Yeah, sure. I think.
Supratik, I hope you agree with the answers that I am giving.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, so I guess
the next one is Mridula Chaturvedi.
Dr. Mridula Chaturvedi. Yeah, if I want to show the video through the mobile in online class, then the sound of video is not coming. What is the remedy? So this, I mean, if you are showing a video through mobile, so I'm not sure what you meant. I mean, you're putting up a video which students are seeing through mobile, or you're recording the video through.
Yeah, I am also confused.
No, sir. Actually, am I audible, sir? Am I audible, sir?
Yeah. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. Actually, my query is that I'm taking the class through my laptop and mobile simultaneously. I want to show any video through my mobile. Then what happens? The audio is not come. Video.
No, so do you connect the mobile to a projector or something? Means how do you show it to the class? Or you just show the mobile in your hand?
No, sir. I have connected Google Meet from both the devices. Means from
I see.
laptop and from the mobile as well.
Achha. I am not very sure. I think we'll have to experiment and find out.
Yes, sir. Actually, I tried many times.
Yes, sir. I have a solution for this.
Yes.
Yeah, who is speaking?
Madam, you can paste that video on a PPT, and when you play the video by using PPT, the audio will be audible to the student.
Through PPT means.
Yes.
I cannot.
Currently, our PGT English madam has demonstrated it because it was the problem of every teacher, and she showed that by pasting the video on PPT. When you play through by using PPT, the audio will be able to be reached to the student also.
So may I suggest something? I mean, maybe Dr. Mridula, if you could just maybe write down a slightly more detailed description of what exactly the problem, what you were trying to do and what problem you faced. I mean, we have a very, very expert video team here. We could check with them.
No, but
once again, I would like to explain my problem.
I want to interrupt here. I think it was Mr. Arvind Kumar Yadav who answered that question. Is that?
Yes, sir.
Can we see you briefly? You are invisible, although audible.
Actually, sir, Actually, sir, the problem.
Ah, no, that's all.
Actually, sir,
I
yes,
just
sir.
no, I understood. I just wanted to see you to say hello and say
Yes,
thank you.
sir.
I now understand Dr. Mridula's question also and the answer also. Mridula, when what you have not mentioned is you are using Google Meet. So
Yes,
whether
sir.
you use Google Meet or Zoom or any such platform, the
Google Meet, sir. Google Meet.
only possibility is to share the screen. So
Yes.
what is suggesting is correct. You take that video, put it on one of your PPT slides, and then play that video as if you are playing the PPT. Then it will be seen. That is a very good answer.
Okay.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, so in case there are doubts about it, I would suggest that maybe you can just write it down in slightly more detail and then we could look at it. Okay, then Renu Mehras, she's saying that I am a primary teacher. I have joined this course as per instructions of our head. For now, we do not have programming as a subject for our students. If I wanted to know if you're going to introduce programming for our kids, class 1 to 5 sooner.
I hope
So,
that.
yeah, so I think there is some discussion going on about introducing this computational thinking, which is kind of like a precursor to programming. But unfortunately, I don't think we have the authority to comment on that, whether it is going to be introduced in standard 1 to 5 or not right now. But as Professor Phatak has said, that although you do not have programming as a subject for your students right now, I think several of the pedagogic techniques and several of the sort of ways in which we have to adapt ourselves to these, when we are trying to offer online sessions, these things should be applicable even in a larger context. It's not just specific to programming. So these should be applicable even for whatever, maths, English, EVS that you're teaching to your students. And hopefully we'll be able to convey that to you over the next few days. Then Mangal Rai has asked, what are the different ways of exam other than Google form and quizzes? So I guess for assessment, we are going to discuss a few things. In fact, you're going to see we're going to have some practice sessions on how to design questions and how to perhaps use some platforms. It is indeed the case that, we don't have exactly the same experience as having an exam in an examination hall where students take a question paper and write questions. But it turns out that we can come fairly close to that. I mean, there are of course issues of proctoring and whether students are taking the question with unfair means and all of that. And there's only to some extent that one can address that. But it does look like that even with Google Forms, for example, you can have written questions which are then pictures taken, scanned in, and teachers can subsequently grade those questions. And of course, multiple choice questions are certainly possible. So exams other than Google Form and quizzes, I think Google Form and quizzes already provides a fairly powerful mechanism for taking the exams, and if we use them to their best possible potential, I think that is. I mean, there are some tools available out there which go beyond Google Form and quizzes, but I think it's more in the way how we set the question and how we what are we trying to test, and how we expect the student to exercise his or her learning in order to answer the question. That determines what kind of evaluation we can do during these times. And I think Google Forms and quizzes are, I mean, we will show you the IITBX platform where, of course, there is a mechanism for assessment. But if we design the questions properly, if we are clear about what is it that we are trying to test, I think these can be sufficiently powerful tools. Then Sabra Khan is asking how this workshop helps in teaching our KV students. Well, we hope it does. I mean, particularly for teachers who are going to teach programming to their students, we hope this workshop will help them, you know, sort of develop techniques, methodologies which will help them teach programming more effectively using, I mean, currently things are online, but I guess once, things are restored to normalcy, whenever they are using a combination of face-to-face interactions in class and...
Is Sabra Khan online? I would like to ask her a question. Sabra, you are online? She must be one of the participants, otherwise Sushant Raktade would have asked this question.
Yeah.
Unmute yourself. Anyway, it doesn't matter. The question that I wanted to ask is, I hope you are not referring to primary school students or something. I hope you are referring to Kendriya Vidyalaya students who are going to study programming. Then I think the question automatically falls into the same question related to Python and C++ imbroglio. So these, all Kendriya Vidyalaya teachers have to teach Python, whereas we use C++ as the basis of programming. We will figure out, let us, please give us time, we will figure out how to give alternate, alternate exercises for the participants so that they can clear the course, clear the workshop successfully. Our problem will be that we cannot form easily different groups in IIT Bombay. So if there is a peer assessment, I will tell you my worry. Suppose you choose to do an assignment in Python, I choose to do an assignment in C++, because I know C++ well, but do not know Python well at all. And you do not know C++. And suppose my assignment is to be evaluated by you as a peer, or your assessment is to be evaluated by me as a peer, both of us will go for a toss.